Right, okay. Good angle? Okay. You just let me know when we're on. We're on? Okay. I like the spin-off.
It didn't do anything.
We're in London, baby! The sun is shining, the weather is good. This is probably one of the first weekends where the weather's banging, and you know what? People have turned up in London for it. So we're going to be out and about, we're going to be asking people about happiness. Here in Hyde Park right now, I'm talking to London's finest, tourists, Londoners, people from all across the country, and we're going to be asking people about what is happiness and seeing if we can get their views on everything to do with being happy. So go with the flow, keep with the channel, like, comment, subscribe, see what happens. Excuse me guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'm doing a YouTube project on happiness. I was wondering if you guys wanted to be in it.
You can be in it. No!
You don't have to. No, you have to. Would you like to? Awesome. My name's Aaron. What's your name?
Yasmin.
Yasmin, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Where's home?
London. I'm from London. Okay, shall we?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, is that alright? Alright, cool. Appreciate it. Thank you. My name's Aaron. What's your name?
It's Sanzita.
Sanzita, that's a lovely name. It's nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Nepal, but I live here.
What? Let me move you this way, and that way the sun won't be in your eyes. Okay. So if you want to come over here, is that alright? Does that work better? Cool, awesome.
Okay, why not?
Oh, I love that. Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for taking the time. What's your name, my man?
My name's Pratyush.
Pratyush, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Mumbai, but I'm studying here at King's right now.
Whereabouts?
Wembley.
Wembley, Northwest. Okay, nice.
But I live in Brixton now.
Oh, trendy, nice. We were at Hootenannies. Hootenannies.
Yeah, it's so fun.
What a vibe, what a vibe. I actually used to live in London. I was brought up and raised here, and then I actually moved down to Portsmouth for 10 years.
I went to uni there.
You're having a laugh. That is amazing. You're in Kent. Okay, so what brings you to London today?
I'm just like, traveling, and then I'm meeting my friend.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. And what are you studying?
International relations.
Awesome. Good luck to you. How are you finding it so far?
Quite good. I just finished so I'm done, so I'm just looking for a job.
No, oh, okay, nice. So hit me with what your idea of happiness is.
So, this is really hard. I don't know. So, when I really think about it, I feel like happiness is just feeling content and at peace with how you're living. Just I feel like it's not having a lot of expectations, but I feel like expectations, they just set you up for fail, because every time you achieve something, it's like, you get there, I'm like this, I get there, and I'm not even living in what I was dreaming of. I'm like, okay, but what am I going to do now? Being at peace of where you are, appreciating it, and not thinking about what's coming next.
The question that I have to ask everybody is trying to find out everyday people and what they think happiness is. So if you were to explain it to me like I'm a child, or if I was an alien from another planet, how would you describe happiness?
What is it? Happiness. Maybe like enjoying small things of life. Not needing to have not having so much expectation on outside things to bring you joy. Just finding joy in yourself.
Pratyush, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. I understood that loads of people are asking themselves the same question, but very rarely do we get to a solid answer. It's very subjective, I know, but the question I wanted to ask you, if you were to explain it to me like I was a child or an alien, what is happiness?
For me, I think happiness is something, it's a good feeling in the sense that when you do something and it gives you a sense of joy, a sense of accomplishment. It could be something really small. It could be a lazy day that makes you happy. So it doesn't have to be rooted in productivity or how people sort of make it. For me, happiness is also balance, because sometimes a bit of sadness can actually help you with understanding what happiness is. So for me, I think a good balance in all emotions would be happiness for me.
It sounds like a lot of what you're summarising there is the journey and achieving a goal.
Yeah.
That sound about right?
I think so, because it's there's been so many things I've been dying or crying about, I want this, I want that, and then I get it, I'm like, okay, now what? And it's I'm not even satisfied with I've been desperate for something, so.
Right. So would you say that's more goal related?
No, it would just be from my heart.
Would you say, based on that explanation, that you're quite happy at the moment?
Yes, I'm so happy right now.
Love that.
Because the weather's so good. So I guess the sun is also
tell me
part
about
of it.
Tell me about it, yeah. Awesome. So I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
That's an amazing definition. Based on that, where would you rank, say, buying a new car or new pieces of clothes, that more materialistic sort of happiness?
Not really high up there, because I mean, my personal story is like I have my own business back home, and I've left that, and I'm doing my second master. So
Love that.
you know, so it's for me that I mean I'm trying to seek, you know, like my fulfillment or slash happiness in some sense through other means. So it's not very materialistic at the moment. Because again, it changes. It's always a fluid thing. Happiness is, it's sort of like you can never have it all the time. It's not something you can hold. It's not material. Therefore, the same thing would go with the cars. You can't hold that for a long time, so it's not material.
Where does like ranking, like saying buying new clothing or a new car, those more like materialistic, those shorter term pieces of joy, how important is that to the overall picture?
I feel like those are definitely my, if I'm sad, let me go buy some clothes.
Right.
If I'm sad, let me go comfy. And then it's like short term, it's like that's what you want to do, like to get that like endorphin, like. But then he was like, oh, now what? Like once again, I've got this jacket, where am I wearing it to?
Right.
So I feel like it's something we all do. It doesn't make you really like truly happy. It's like, it's just filling those like gaps.
Amazing. That's been incredible. She's been Yasmin, I've been Aaron. That's been great. Thank you. Yasmin, you smashed that. Do you think it's an important thing to define this question, or do you think that maybe as a culture and being young people we over-focus on the question too much? Do you think it's important?
Could possibly be, but I feel as long as everyone has their own definitions, it's fine. As long as we don't try and get to a huge consensus about what's happiness, it's good. I mean, it shouldn't impose a very majoritarian view of what's happiness. I'm quite happy, then you can go ahead and define it however you want. And like one person's happiness should try and define someone else's, for example, a car that you spoke about. I think that's not my idea of, and you know, a lot of kids, people, not just kids, anyone, you know, who gets influenced by any other form of any other person's idea of happiness. As long as you're aware that you can have your own sense of idea of it, I think I'm quite happy with the definition. People trying to define it, that's fine. As diverse it is, and as you know, like, because everyone comes from their own history and backgrounds, and happiness is all created in that sense.
I love that. You've touched on a really unique and subjective view of happiness, and I love the way that you've positioned it as that's the way it should be. I love that. That's really good. That's one of the most insightful answers we've had. That was a great answer. I really appreciate it. Patricia, it was nice to meet you. Pleasure. Awesome. Thank you. Is that all right? Cool. Awesome. Do you mind if I talk to all three of you at the same time? Is that okay? Yeah. Awesome. I love the roller skating, by the way, guys.
Thank you.
I always wanted to be in a roller skating gang. What's your name?
Grace,
Grace.
Lynn,
Lynn.
Noor.
Noor. Nice to meet you guys.
Well, I moved here last year.
Oh, nice.
Originally, I'm from Italy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I've lived here for 5 years.
Nice.
But I'm originally from Sweden and Germany.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm Istanbul, Turkey.
What brings you to London, guys?
Came during my gap year, and
Okay.
then I enjoyed London so much I decided to stay. Uni.
Okay, cool. So being a part of a roller skate gang wasn't part of the ask of coming to London? No?
Really?
Okay, cool. My name's Aaron. What's your name?
Hi, Reese.
Reese, nice to meet you. So where are you from?
I'm Maltese. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, but I live in Luxembourg at the moment.
Okay, cool. Nice. Well, welcome to London.
Thank you.
Hope you have a nice weekend here.
Thank you.
The question I have to put to you guys, what would you describe happiness as?
For me, it's very simple. It's feeling good.
Feeling good. Love that. Love that.
Just that feeling inside your body, I guess. Feeling good, feeling content.
Awesome.
Yeah, also like a feeling of freedom and both inside and outside,
I hear
if
you.
it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Anything in particular that triggers that for you?
Absolutely, anything that's creative, like writing, doing videos, makeup, art in general.
Love that. This is one reason why I did this project, because actually this is a huge part of my life that I'm missing, being more creative. How about you guys? Is there anything in particular that makes you happy or triggers happiness?
Well, I guess thinking about today, just like good weather, the sun, seeing other people out having a good time, socializing, being around the people that you love and care about, hanging out with friends, doing things you enjoy doing, such as roller skating or whatever it might be.
For me, it's like the bright colors that are like natural, like blue sky and green grass. Those bright colors are enough to make me happy. Not when it's like all dark, like I don't get much happiness. I get it when it's like real and bright.
So how do you feel during the winter? Is it quite difficult?
Yeah, I have like seasonal depression, I think.
I can relate, I've struggled with that myself. What would you describe happiness as?
I think it's having a good feeling inside.
Do you link that to maybe items or maybe achieving goals, or is there...
Too many things, I think.
Yeah?
Personally, I would link it to being with friends, being with family. I think that's very important.
Being social.
Exactly. Also doing things I love. So I'm a musician, for example.
Okay, what'd you play?
Violin, and I play cello.
Wow.
So that makes me happy.
Nice.
And I study foreign languages as well.
Oh wow! Last thing I'm going to ask is the importance or the difference in long-term happiness, so striving for something that makes you happy long-term, but maybe at the time when you're striving to it, it doesn't always make you happy in the moment, versus the short-term happiness of maybe buying new clothes or new cars or things of that nature. How important do you think that those two versions of happiness are? Where would you put them?
We live in a society where we prioritize being happy in the moment and short-term results rather than working for something in the long term. But if you want to deeply be happy, you need sometimes to sacrifice something in order to be happier later.
That's amazing. What would you say to somebody who's perhaps like striving to get to that place, but at the time that they're doing the work and they're doing the thing that they think is going to get them to being happy isn't making them happy at the time? How would you negotiate that?
That's a hard one, because the thing is that there's always going to be ups and downs, but in the times where you're down, you have to remember that it's not going to last forever. Eventually things are going to get better and you're going to be happy again.
What language?
I speak French, Spanish, Italian, German, Portuguese.
You're putting me to shame. Do you think that we either focus on happiness too much or perhaps not enough?
I think we tend to forget sometimes about happiness, especially since we're all the time surrounded by a lot of negativity, COVID, war, Ukraine. So we sometimes forget that happiness is important to think about. And I think it's an important thing as well for our mental health, well-being. Yeah, I think we tend to forget sometimes.
Do you guys have any thoughts on that? Long-term happiness, short-term happiness? Any one that's more important than the other?
I don't think so. I think it's all about a healthy balance between the two. I don't think short-term happiness will not lead to you being happy long-term, but then also just working towards something, being miserable throughout the process is equally not going to make you a happy person overall. I guess it's really just about the balance between the two. Right now for me, I'm writing out my dissertation. I'm just about to finish my degree, so there's a lot of frustrations. I know when I finish, I'm going to be happy and I'm going to be content with myself, but right now this is like a really frustrating period, writing up all my research and everything. So in moments like that where you know you're working towards something, you might feel a bit low, but then having moments like this with your friends, or like, I don't know, grabbing an ice cream on the way home or whatever it might be, will then bring you that short-term happiness, which leads you to be able to process towards your long-term happiness. So I think it's really just the balance between the two.
That was incredible. I love that. Would you say that you're very happy at the moment?
Yes.
Amazing. Love to hear that. Marisa, it was a pleasure to talk to you.
Likewise.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Really appreciate it. Absolute pleasure to meet you all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Have a good time with
Yeah,
you.
thank you.